My biggest bugbear around building a pest inspection is that, because these guys are thinking that they're adding value by just defect, nothing positive, just defect. So if it's not perfect or new, it's a defect, right? But defect, I have a problem with that language, because when I think defect and I'm just reading a report with 50 or 60 or 70 defects, well, it's human nature to freak out. But the reality is that it's just the terminology that they use, and it's not accurate really in terms of they don't go, oh, what is the defect? Is it flaky paint that just needs more paint, or they just call it a defect? So I'm thinking, oh shit, well that's major. You know what I mean? For me, that's how I think, and I think that's how a lot of buyers and sellers think as well. So I think we need to understand that defects are just that, and especially if they're cosmetic defects as opposed to structural defects. So if it's a structural defect, then we need to obviously really go into that and see, okay, what's exactly going on with this house. But cosmetic defects, if it's not structural, then there's nothing to worry about, because at the time of inspection, you guys probably would have seen the structural defects. If there's paint, if there's this, if there's timbers, this, that, and the other thing, you can see those things on inspection. Even if you're not a builder, you can definitely get a sense of condition. But what we find is that there's a lot of building and pest inspectors who mount this massive case, which actually overwhelms people, because they just see this report that just reads defect for 70, and it freaks them out. So for me, it's really just about understanding that that's a terminology that's widely used, but the reality is that you've really got to delve deeper and actually look at, ask more questions to that building and pest inspector to find out exactly what the defect is and what the seriousness of it.